Let's talk about Ketanji Brown Jackson's confirmation hearings. Let's talk about what's wrong with American politics. What's wrong with the Democratic Party? What's wrong with the Republican Party? And what's wrong with all of us? Some people are so invested in this nomination. And I get it, I know. I'm supposed to shut up and just allow it to happen and just cheer for it. I see all the usual suspects rolling out the supportive chants, and how could you not be supportive? How could you not be supportive of this black woman?
Look at you, and I start getting full of emotion. I'm jogging this morning, and I'm at the end of the block I live on, and I get terrified because I put my music on loud when I'm jogging, trying to block out the noise of the heart attack I'm having. And this woman comes up on me, practically tackles me, an African-American woman. And the look on her eyes, she just wanted to touch me, because I'm sitting so close to you, and tell me what it meant to her to watch you sitting where you're sitting. And you did not get there because of some left-wing agenda. You didn't get here because of some dark money groups. You got here how every black woman in America who's gotten anywhere has done, by being, like Ginger Rogers said, I did everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards in heels.
Vying for a position on the bench. First time ever. I look at my past self, I say, Tim, how'd you feel about Obama when he was running? Would you have understood critiques of Barack Obama before there was a first black president? Would you have understood it then? Go back in time, Tim Black. How understanding were you then? I was pretty understanding. Always wanted more from him. But underneath it all, I was still like, okay. So yes. I'm trying to put myself in that position, man, because it's only right to try to do that, right? Here's the thing, though. I can't go back and be naive. Won't do it. Hey, man, once they told you that Santa Claus wasn't real, you had to accept it. You're like a damn moron if you go back trying to pretend that there is a real Santa Claus running around. No matter what Meghan Ryan says. Megyn Kelly. No matter what Megyn Kelly says. You know now that Santa Claus ain't white or black, it's a figment of your freaking imagination. Only a moron would pretend. Pretend that Santa Claus is real and someone's coming down your chimney, Johnson. Somebody coming down your chimney? Well, I can't pretend that everything's gonna be okay because you get a black woman on the bench. But if you would have listened to Cory Booker today, you would have thought maybe everything's gonna be okay now.
And the president's asking our advice, who should we nominate and whatever. And I look at Kamala and we have a knowing glance, which we've had for years when she and I used to sit on this end of this committee at times. And then I try to get out to the president what it means. What it means. And I want to tell you, when I look at you, this is why I get emotional. I'm sorry, you're a person that is so much more than your race and gender. You're a Christian, you're a mom, you're an intellect, you love books. But for me, I'm sorry, it's hard for me not to look at you and not see my mom.
Cory Booker was Cory Bookering. Oh, he was laying it on thick, man. Just slathering on the blackness. Slathering on the blackness, man. Tugging at the heartstrings. Playing the best liberal notes. Playing them liberal notes, man. Oh, getting the whites teary-eyed. Oh, yes, the liberal whites were getting teary-eyed in the house. Wasn't a dry eye in the house, Johnson, when Cory Booker started putting it down. Talking about how much he revered and loved Kentaji. How what she represented, but not just what she represented, who she is. At one point he said, "You're a great American, and you deserve this, sister." Then he had a black woman talking about what they mean to other blacks. I was walking down the street. I was going on a jog. You know, my headphones were on, and an African-American woman, she stopped me. And she said, "Cory Booker, that Ketanji Brown Jackson. We need more love." Oh, Ketanji Brown Jackson. Can I touch you, Cory? Can I touch your bald head? Because your bald head was in the same room with Ketanji Jackson. You were there. Then he went on to lay on the soft side of blackness. Oh, how we doing it for the struggle, the black struggle. He went into interracial marriages and couples, and wasn't legal to marry a white guy. Wasn't illegal to have mixed marriages. Just a generation ago, some places. That's not why. That's not why people should want her. God damn it, Cory Booker, that's not why. You shouldn't want her because she's black or a woman. You should want her because she's going to help make our lives better. That's the whole purpose of politicians. That's the whole purpose of it all. At least it should be the purpose of it all. But not one thing out of Cory Booker's mouth was about how America was going to be better because of Kentaji. Not one word out of his mouth was about how she's going to serve the people and how we're going to benefit, not from seeing her, but for her being there. What she was going to do for us and justice. And since you brought up black people, how about what she's going to do for justice for black people? Since you're using us to say she's black and what it means to black people, and the black woman stopped you on the street crying about she's black and we're black and you're black and we gonna black it up. But not a single word out of his mouth had anything to do with all the black people catching hell. Just this tokenism of how great it is that a black woman gets this opportunity. As if all black women get this opportunity. Hey man, I feel you, dog. I'm in it with you. I'm in it with you guys. Anybody, look, don't get mad yet. I understand, I relate to it. I understand the conundrum. We corporate you the rock of the hard place. You and I, we caught between it, man. Look, we know Ketanji Brown ain't gonna change America, Johnson. We know that. And we know she ain't a radical person's gonna go in and modify the system. Hell, we're gonna get into it later where she talked about, hey, I never cut too much time for people. I gave them all the time they could get. I did my best to give them the adequate amount of time. She wasn't talking about saving the whales or saving the blacks or saving nobody else. She did her job, which is what cops do. But I'm right there with you, man, because I understand. I'm not saying symbolism doesn't matter. But what good is symbols without substance? I'm not saying she has no substance, but why aren't we talking about the substance? Why isn't that in the slippery oozing of impassioned love and affection for Ketanji's being in this opportunity, this time and place? The man is bringing up Harriet Tubman, the civil rights era, and not a single word about what we plan to do about the shit. That's the Democrats for you. That's the Democratic Party, man. That's what they do. They play on the symbolism. They play on your emotions. And you know what makes it really bad is that part of it's true. Yeah, part of it's true. There's some truth in it. Cory Booker went on to talk about the time when he was brand new to the Senate and he's there after closing and there's janitors and the janitors happen to be black. That's where the blacks work. That's when they're there cleaning up shit, moving things around. He said the demographics change at night when all the congressmen leave. And one of them came up to him and they were crying with tears. Why are we always crying, Corey? Why are the black people crying when they see y'all? Oh, Corey, I'm so glad you're doing what you're doing, brother. So glad we got a brother in here. Doing what exactly? Oh, we gonna talk, man. We gonna have to talk. Because what are we doing exactly? What are you gonna do, Corey? What have you done, Corey, that a white guy couldn't have done? I'm just asking. I mean, I know it benefits your family that you're in Congress. It benefits them that you were mayor of Newark. It benefits your kids, or if you have kids. Does Corey have kids? I don't think he have kids. It benefits people in your family. It benefits you. How does it benefit black folks? Shit, how does it benefit poor folks? How does it benefit them? You keep saying, oh, it benefits them because they see you. That's sort of how black people feel about drug dealers. That's how we feel about rappers. Same way when I feel when I see Jay-Z, I could do that too. When I saw Jay-Z and DMX, you know, Rakim, all the hip-hop greats when I was coming up, man, that's my era. Dr. Dre, Snoop, that's my age. Ice Cube. Their success was my success in a weird way just because I could relate to them and I saw them, but that didn't do nothing for me, Johnson. That was me seeing them. And that's the same way it is for politicians and the same way it will be with Ketanji Brown Jackson. But it's something. And that's why we're caught between a rock and a hard place. Because you got people that want to deny. I'm saying stop denying that there's something there. It's something there, but it's real. It's real. It's important. But it's only important, Johnson, because America's so damn racist. It's only important. It only matters because we've been denied these opportunities for so long. But that doesn't mean giving those opportunities is going to change the dynamics in which we find ourselves in this country, the situation that we find ourselves, and we will still be between a rock and a hard place. That's the problem. It existed way before Kentaji Jackson, Brown Jackson. It will exist long after her. At the rate we're going, it will exist forever in this country. And all I'm saying is, listening to Cory Booker talk, it just pissed me off. Something crazy, John. This pissed me off, man. Because it works. All that yipping and yapping and no substance at all. Hey, look, man, I'm glad Ketanji, Miss Brown, has been given an opportunity. I'm glad that she's taken advantage of the opportunity. I'm glad that she is educated and has worked hard in her life. And I'm glad that she's being given an opportunity to be at the highest level of our judicial system. It doesn't change the fact that our judicial system is corrupt and it's shitty. Doesn't change that. No, that's the same. We want more for ourselves than just to have us participate in our own annihilation. Fucking Democrats. We want more than just to be participants in our own annihilation, in our own degradation, in our own We want more than that. They make it almost seem like you shouldn't even say it. Makes it almost like that. I must okay to even say it. It feels so bad to say. Because the whole time while I'm being critical of the situation and I'm listening to them, and it's easy. Yeah, Kentaji is a smart lady. In fact, she seems smarter than everybody who talked to her the last couple of days. Yeah, let's talk about that too. Let's acknowledge the fact she seemed more brighter than everybody else up there. She was the brightest bulb in the room. The brightest bulb in the room, hands down. Okay? And I'm not a caping for the Democrats. If you listen to her talk, it made sense. She wasn't mailing it in. One of the smartest people I've heard talk in a long time. Not only was she the smartest bulb in the room, some of the bulbs in the room look like they need to be changed. Dianne Feinstein, retire! Retire! For the love of God, woman. For the love of God. Do you have to literally die right there to quit? I'm a black man, so I probably won't be faced with that conundrum, that hard choice. Maybe my tires, time to run them out. Maybe it's time to put my boots on the shelf. Maybe it's time to see what else is in this big universe, this cosmos, what this pixie dust is all about. I probably won't have to worry about that because you know how black men, we go real early. Which, by the way, when I hear all these people talking about black men and the new white men and all this shit, hey, man, not at the rate that we die, not at our lifespan, not based on lifespan, we aren't. If you outlive us by 10 years, you don't get to tell us that we're oppressing you. If you make more money than us and live longer than us, don't tell us how we're oppressing you. What, are we haunting you from the grave? Stay on point, Team Black. Stay on point. You're losing them. So Kentaji Brown Jackson is the smartest person in the room. It's evident. And though I want to be super critical of it, because I am critical of this whole process, bunch of nonsense games and fuckery, foolery, theatrics. Hell, I can do this. I'm doing it right now. And as much as I want to stay harping on that Johnson, I respect the sister doing her thing. It's great that I don't have to pretend. Oftentimes, when people heap praise upon Kamala, I feel like a lot of times they're pretending. I feel like it really is just because she's a woman. I mean, come on. Never once did I feel like word salad was all that was on the menu with Miss Brown Jackson. So those comparisons, I keep hearing people lay at me. I keep seeing them. Stop. Okay? All right. Yeah, I said it. You heard it here, because you're not going to hear a lot of places, because people have aspirations and jobs they want to seek out. And saying something real like that, it's not going to be something that gets you a lot of promotions. Unless you're a Republican. Which I am not. But back to my point, man. Let me get to my point. Here's the thing. Here's another thing. Here's another point of all the points I have. Yo, the Republicans don't allow you to focus on how horrible the Democrats are because the Republicans keep on Republicaning. Let me try that again. The Republicans won't allow you to focus just on how bad the Democrats are because the Republicans keep Republicaning. Yeah, like, if all I wanted to do was focus on being critical of Cory Booker and what was Durbin doing? Pushback means you get louder than the guy you want to shut up. You passed it, homie. There was somebody up there standing up to the freaking Republicans. I almost want to come in there like, yo, hey, I'm not a Democrat supporter or nothing, but hey, shut up. You know? Shut up and let the lady talk if you're going to ask her a question. Let the sister talk. These Republicans are showboating for their elections. I'm not saying Democrats don't do the same thing. I mean, that's all Kamala did when they were questioning Kavanaugh and shit. That's all. That's what they do. That's what you're doing. But I'm saying it was really like obvious. I mean, if they weren't asking her about CRT, which has nothing to do with being on the Supreme Court, they were asking her about child pictures.
Thus, although this is not necessarily an atypical case, your child pornography possession crime was egregious in the court's view. Okay, so this is a bad one. If you're actually sentencing defendants, you said this was egregious. What did you sentence Stewart for? The guidelines said 97, 121 months. Prosecutor said 97 months. You said it's egregious. 6,700 images. You come in with 57 months.
Time has expired.
Why
Senators
did you
used 2
sentence
minutes
him to
over the
just
allotted.
57 months in the Stewart case? Do you want to address that? Because you're claiming it's cherry picking. In fact, you're welcome to explain any of these cases, but let's take the Stewart case. Why
Senator Coons,
did you sentence him for half the amount?
you're not recognized, Senator. Senator Coons,
You don't want her to answer that question?
you wouldn't allow her anyway.
Mr. Chairman, she may answer the question. I've asked her why she sentenced Stewart
You've
an
gone over the
egregious.
time, Senator, by 2 minutes.
Why she?
and a half.
Because you've interrupted me for 2 minutes, Mr. Chairman. Will you allow her to answer the question, or do you not want the American people to hear why, with someone she described as an
There
egregious?
comes a point, Senator, where you get a little bit.
Chairman Durbin, will you allow her to answer the question?
You won't allow her to answer.
I will happily allow her to. The question is
Senator
why
Coons, you may
you
proceed.
sentenced.
And predators, as if it was like they're saying, you like them, don't you? You like those guys, those creeps, those people. You like these people who deal in this type of material. I mean, they just kept on it. What's with the Republicans and the prawn, man?
Way.
Well,
and so what we're trying to do is be rational in our dealing with some of the most horrible kinds of behavior. This is what our justice system is about. It's about judges making determinations in meting out penalties to people who have done terrible things.
It is not rational to take the venue of choice of child pornographers, the computer that have 85 million images on it, and not consider that feeding the beast. We're trying to get people to stop this crap. So when you troll on the internet and you pull down thousands of images of children from the internet, I want you to stop that. I want people to go to jail who do that because you're feeding the beast. We have a bill here, the Earn It Act, that would allow the victims who are on the internet over and over again to sue the media companies that provide these images. We have a fundamental differences of how you deter crime. I think the best way you deter crime when it comes to child pornography is you lower the boom on anybody who goes onto the internet and pulls out these images for their pleasure.
Senator, every person in all of these charts and documents, I sent to jail.
Lindsey Graham got up on this stand and argued as if you don't give everybody 100 years, you're promoting it. I wonder how much these Republicans were complaining when Kim Potter, the officer who shot and killed Dante Wright, when the judge in that case, Regina Chu, decided to, go significantly below the recommended sentencing guidelines. Yeah, I'm just wondering how upset Lindsey Graham was then, or Ted Cruz was then, or Mr. Tillis was then, or Mr. Hawley was then, or any number of these hypocritical ass Republican Liars.
In public service. Officer Potter made a mistake that ended tragically. She never intended to hurt anyone. Her conduct cries out for a sentence significantly below the guidelines. Okay, thank you.
They never had a problem with Kim Potter when she changed the amount of time. When her sentence was was it no enhancements? Remember that? Remember Kim Potter blowing a hole in the chest, shooting a young man in the heart? Remember that? Deontay Wright shot in the heart. It just happened. Remember how the judge exercised her ability not to follow the guidelines? Remember that? It just happened. It was just in the news. I don't recall Ted Cruz, Tillis, Josh Hawley, what are these other Republican assholes saying one crossword about it? Yeah, they probably thought it was a travesty that good old Kim Potter had to go to court at all. See, it's only a problem, when it's, it's only a problem that people get out when it's certain people. No problem when cops use it, when judges use their discretion when a black man's killed, but oh God. As if, look, let's be clear, guys. There are a lot of people out there saying a lot of great things about Kentaji. Kentaji worked as a public defender for about 16 months or 18 months. But she's been a judge for a while. And a prosecutor for a while. She's had a lot more to do with getting people locked up than she has getting them off. Okay? So let's not make it seem like, well, she was a public defender for that long, Johnson. The rest of the time, she was Kamala Harris. She may have been a better version of Kamala Harris. But if you work on any other side besides defense, when it comes to going inside that courtroom, your objective is to put people behind bars. She may have been more thoughtful about it than some others. I will give you that. But let's not fool people. Let's not lie to people and make it seem like we got Sojourner Truth going up in here, okay? This is a person in the United States system, in our justice system. That's what our justice system does, all right? People get a little bit too happy, a little bit too jovial. Yeah, cause like OJ just got off. So, I just want to restore some reality checks here. Let me issue some reality checks. I can't get America to cut the check, but maybe I can cut you all some reality checks. You remind me of my mother. Coy, you're a year older than her. How insulting. You remind me of her. When I look at you, I think about my mom. I think about Harriet Tubman. I think about all the black women in America who did everything that men do, put backwards in heels. Oh, God. Donate to me. Go to Coy Booker 2024, please. Every time he talks, I get up. Gag reflex. Whew. If he had any of that passion for black people, he wouldn't be able to be in that job. They would have got rid of his ass a long time ago. See, that's the thing. That's the kicker. That's the kicker. And all this I'm saying, we're still stuck between the rock and the hard place, because even though I'm critical of this, even though I'm like checking people, heat checking them, reality checking them on the whole, Kentaji's gonna change the world. Oh God, first America was one way, then Ketanji she gets the nomination, then the world will be a whole different way. It'll still be shit. Sorry. She'll be better off, though. She'll have a nice new job. And your daughter and my daughter will be able to say, hey, look at the lady. That's great. As we pay $15 for a gallon of gas. But you know what also isn't cool, though, Johnson? I want to throw this out there to some people who need to hear it. Some people are never happy about anything ever. And I understand it. Life's hard. But if you're calling someone a sellout who hasn't even got the job yet, maybe you should pump the brakes first. Yeah, pump the brakes for a second, Johnson. Jesus Christ, what am I around here? Come on, man. Jesus Christ, man. She ain't even hired yet. She's a sellout. She ain't even hired yet. Why do you watch politics? I'm just wondering. I mean, if you're going to shit on a person who hasn't even started the job and already say they're a sellout, I mean, Jesus. Don't worry, if she gets, she wins, she's nominated, you'll be lots of time for you to call her a sellout as you go work your job for wherever, putting puppies in ovens or whatever you do for a living. It always rubs me the wrong way. When I know people do things for a living, but everyone else is a sellout except them. But we never get to know what you do. What do you do, motherfucker? What do you do to feed yourself? I'm just wondering, because Ketanji Brown Jackson isn't the only one who's a part of the system. You're part of the system too. I wonder what you do in the system. You work for a company, unless you work for a nonprofit that's doing, and even nonprofits. Hey, come on, man, a lot of this shit is a racket, right? A lot of it's a racket. It's just, I hate hypocrites. That's all. Judge people by what they do. That's all. Judge them by what they do. Now, if you want to bring up the Lockheed Martin situation, I brought that up. I covered it on this channel. I'm not caping for her. All I'm saying is, do some research first. Don't just yell, sell out, she's sell out. There's already a whole line of white people who are racist as hell already doing that job for you. Don't have to stand in behind them. And isn't that the rock between the hard place? Isn't that the rock between the hard place? You know what I'm saying? Right? Because you don't want to do that, right? I don't want to do it either. So I had to finesse it all. I got to finesse this whole shit. Because I feel all these things, and I know all these things. I don't want to be the black guy that shits on the black woman who can't be any worse than Kavanaugh. Right? But I also don't want people getting all excited as if they just won the Super Bowl, like we just cured cancer. But there was really some scumbag shit going on today. Do you know she wrote something in response to an inmate in D.C. who wanted to get out because of the COVID? The person was making a plea that we should be out of jail because at the time there was no vaccines and they were, and there's no way to social distance. So the inmate had a lawyer and the lawyer is making an argument that that person should be able to leave. So in her rebuttal or in her whatever they call it, she's like saying, Well, I understand your point of view. I get what you're saying. You're saying that this is happening and this is where we are and people can't socially distance and it puts you in, this is a predicament that you're put into and you're under the state's care and you should be, and early should get a humanitarian release or merciful release or something like that, right? There's a word for it. It doesn't come to mind, but it's the same thing. When you release someone, when you release an inmate or a convict because, you know, you can't keep them safe, then it's a, you know, it's a life or death situation. And she said, I understand why you can make that argument. And that's what a senator stopped reading. Because 2 sentences later, she said, but that would mean we'd have to let everyone out. And we can't just let everyone out because we have a bad situation going on. We have to be cautious. So no, you can't go home. But the senator sat up there and wasted 20 minutes without even reading the entire statement. It's also important to point out, she wasn't like, let them out. She wasn't like, oh, let everybody go. So people going, oh, Lord, thank you, Ketanji. Realize it's just another person going into a system who's going to do their job, and as the books are written, mostly includes throwing a lot of bricks at us. Okay? That's how our system runs. She has signaled in no way that she's going to go in and sabotage the system to break it. So what's been happening, and I keep seeing it, and ever since I've been conscious, I've been feel like Roddy Piper with the glasses on from They Live. Everywhere I look, I see these Martians. I see these freaking aliens, man. Taking my glasses off. Make me want to throw my glasses away. I never want to wear the glasses because I keep seeing it. But sometimes I feel like all we fighting to do is be a part of our own demise. I feel like we're fighting to be Django. No, we're fighting to be Steven. I feel like we're fighting to be Steven. Let us be Steven. I want to be Steven too. I can swing the whip. And everybody's clapping, going, yeah, let us be Steven. Forgetting who Steven's hitting. Us. But it's one less person being Steven. If someone's got to be Steven, it might as well be us, right? Because we're tired of being that slave tied up on that tree. Corporate in a rock and a hard place. He called it a harbinger of hope. Oh, God. The harbinger of hope. You're my harbinger of hope. You're my harbinger of hope. You're my harbinger of hope. There we go. You're my harbinger of hope. You give me a reason to live. Tonight, when I'm not eating meat, when I'm eating an Impossible Burger, I'll be thinking about, I looked into that sister's eyes and she saw me for who I am. We saw each other. And I knew being a senator of a certain color, who happens to be of a certain hue, whose mother and father should have never been together, but they were. Because love went out. Love. In America, the promise of America will one day fulfill itself. When, Corey? When will it fulfill itself? Will you deny health care for us? Or as you take Wall Street money? I don't want to pretend he's the only one, but he's the only one landing on this goddamn thick. And saying all that, Corey's one of the brokest members of the Senate. Hell, man, I'm surprised they even let him into place. With all that selling out that Corey does, you think he'd have more money in his coffers. He could only stay in the presidential race for 2 weeks. He was like, please, give me some money. Mr. Bojangles. Hope a man down on his luck. I'm just a lonely senator from New Jersey who I supported stop and frisk for a while, but then I didn't. But I didn't. So all I'm saying, guys, is we're corporate shit a rock in a hard place. Every black person is identity politics in action. Isn't that true? You conservative assholes. Isn't that it? Republican assholes. Huh? Every black person is identity politics. I've never heard, except for Candace Owens and Larry Elder. That's not identity politics. Everybody you don't choose that's black is identity politics. Funny how that works. Isn't that funny? Every person, every black person elected, Black Dog Catcher was elected this week. Identity politics. But he's really good with the animals. It's identity politics. I'm sure they could have found a white guy to do it. But that's not identity politics. When you whites go hire another white, it's never identity politics. But if a black slips in, it's just because they're black. It could never be anything else. La 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 la. So we're corporate to the rock in a hard place because I know that's out there. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that shit. I don't want to give them aid and comfort. I don't want to give this fake, I don't want to give any solidarity to those assholes. But America's so binary. You're either with us or you're against us. You're either with us to black or you're against us. Which one is it? Yeah, man, which one is it? Ain't us, mofo. Which one is it? You either gonna call out the system and not vote, or you gonna vote and be a sellout. Which one is it, bruh? Which one is it, homie? Homie. Did anybody even say homie anymore? Jesus Christ. Rock in a hard place. Rock in a hard place, Johnson. The Republicans today blaming one black judge for recidivism. Do you know all the factors in why a person recommits a crime in America? Do you realize all the factors involved in why a person may violate or whatever you call it? I forget the name for it. It's a word for it. Reoffend, that's it. That asshole, I think it was Tillis or could have been one of these assholes, Cotton or whatever. The recidivism rate. What the hell I got to do with her? How to be a good Republican. In 3 steps. Step 1, play victim. Yeah, play the victim, man. Even in things that you're obviously winning in. Play the victim. Even if you get all the tax cuts you ever wanted, play victim. You know, like being a white guy with money. Not good enough. Clearly winning it. And have been winning it in this country for centuries if you're a white guy with money. But play a victim anyway. Because all of a sudden, all these other people want to do things. You're not the only one who gets to do things anymore. Number 2, hold your breath until all the people go back to the countries they came from. Yeah, hold your breath till all the people go back to the countries they came from. Take your ball and go home. And if they got your ball, take it from them and kick them into jail. Put them in jail. And number 3, pretend to play the high road. Pretend that you're a Christian. Meanwhile, plan on how to drop bombs on poor people. Unless those bombs land on white poor people. Lindsey Graham, oh God. Oh man, this mofo, he was the most indignant asshole. Remember when the Democrats liked Lindsey like 2 minutes ago because he gave Trump a hard time? Remember that? Then he was like, oh God. Well, I don't know who I am. I've kind of got a personality disorder. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I like. I'm just from South Carolina and I'm so flighty. Then he went back on Trump's side, and it was like all over the place. But if you listen to him, you listen to him at these hearings, he is an asshole. Ted Cruz has always been an asshole. Nothing new there. Nothing new there. Punchable face Ted Cruz. Don't do it. Want to do it. Think about doing it. Can't stop thinking about doing it. Kind of wish somehow someone else would do it, but don't advocate for it. But Jesus Christ, oh man. This guy's he's beyond an asshole. He's one of those people, it's like he's like a paparazzi. Pushing Kanye's buttons trying to get punched in the mouth or something. You know, like a paparazzi pissing off the game or the baby. That's it, the baby or the game. Like, come on, man, please hit me. Hit me. I know you said no pictures, but I'm here gonna send pictures. What's wrong, man? I know you ain't mad, Game. But Game, man, you mad, Game? Come on, Game, smile for me. Man, get away from me, yo. Nah, come on, man. Take a couple pictures, man. Just trying to feed my family, man. Rich bastard, take a picture. Smile. Get out my personal space. Man, I'm just doing my job, man. Come on, man. I'm just doing my job. Come smile for the picture. Begging. That's Ted Cruz begging to get punched in the mouth. So if you don't understand, if you're not interested in this at all, I get it. But unfortunately, you live in a country that is very interested in it. It's either this or the war. Nothing else is going on. Oh, that's right. The poverty line is still as full as ever, and we're still number one underneath it. Good job, America. Kudos, gold star. If you listen to these Republicans, you would think all the jails were empty. It wasn't full of 40% black people. You would think they were all emptied out. And Kentaji, Brown was the one who let them all out. But that ain't what the hell happened. And nobody, like the Republicans are really good, man. They're really good at picking something really disgusting. I couldn't even say some of the shit they were saying today. You know, because they will shut down my channel. Why'd they talk so much about kid pictures? It's like a thing, Johnson. It's like, Jesus Christ, cut the volume down. My grandbaby's walking by. Guys are disgusting. It was like they all had their talking points. We're going to talk about this. And it wasn't like she was just like, hey, anybody in jail here? All you inmates, come to the front. If you were locked up because of kid pictures, come to the front. All right. Give me the keys, bailiff. Go! Be all you can be, guys. Then she just walked around with a flute, leading them. You know. That's what they made it seem like. She put them in jail. You made it sound like she was one of the judges who let these cops off after they killed an unarmed black man or something. It's 1 o'clock. We did pretty good. I've been talking my ass off today. Guys, check this out. We're screwed. I want to say something better, but it is that. There's that part. That's the reality check. I wish that it wasn't so. I wish one person being elected to the bench was going to change all that. Though I do believe there are worse people. Much worse people. Could have got another Clarence Thomas or Brett Kavanaugh. So if that's the equation and that's what I'm left with, and that's the way it works, you don't get to say, well, this is gonna be a bunch of Kavanaughs. Then you'd be out in the out in the plantation picking cotton again, going, damn, maybe it mattered. Yeah, man, I know it mattered. It mattered. Tim was right. Can't just say, screw it all. All right, guys. I'm Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Tim Black and that on Instagram. I'm even on TikTok. Yes, I know. I'm old. I'm sitting there watching Ketanji, Brown Jackson. I'm watching Cory Booker. And I'm thinking, we're all the same age. Damn, I wasted my life. What did I do? What am I doing? What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? What are the choices that I make, Johnson? Jesus Christ. Somebody dropped the ball. Fighting for relevancy on an app. On the internet. But it's fun, though. I gotta admit, I'm having more fun. I gotta admit, my job's a lot more fun than Corey's. So what I miss out in on the prestige level, I make back in spades on the fun level. My job's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun giving shit than eating it, Johnson. I gotta imagine. You know, I gotta imagine life's hard. Every day you get up, it's like, oh, I gotta eat this shit. Oh, God, I gotta eat shit. Oh, I don't really want to eat shit, but I gotta eat it. Oh, thanks. Could I get some cinnamon for my shit I gotta eat? Oh, God. I don't want to eat shit. I want to be like Tim Black and say whatever's on my mind. I want to be a real black guy who says things and means them and doesn't just say things to get Wall Street money. God, if I could just be myself, I'd be myself. I could be my own harbinger. But I'm a coward. And the sellout. Don't forget that part, Corey. And I can say that because I put my career in jeopardy. I put my livelihood in jeopardy. What I can earn for my family by saying real shit. So I'm actually doing that. My job is to say this shit that limits what I can do. You know? Maybe one day I wake up and become Republican and then I can cash in all my chips on all the harsh shit I've said. Then it will be a benefit saying this stuff. But until then, I'm just this fool that's crazy enough to critique both sides of the aisle, thus negating any gains I could make. Because those people who love hearing me rip open the Democrats on issues that they deserve to be ripped on cannot take it when I go after Republicans. And those Democrats, or those former Democrats who like it when I go after the Democrats, think I'm selling out when I go after Republicans. So I'm crazy, Johnson. I'm crazy. Kentaji Brown Jackson will be confirmed. And she's much better than Klobuchar. Oh, God. Oh, got some word salad I love to give you. And I went to them. Or Kamala Harris, the king, the queen of word salad. But I'm so cynical and so damaged by our system, I can't be excited about this shit. I know too much. I know there's no Santa Claus. Juneteenth becoming a national holiday did not make me smile. Not even for 2 seconds. Not even a second. The thought of Harriet Tubman on money didn't give me a warm feeling. And when I heard about Hip Hop Day, I wanted to hip your hop all right. Kick you right in the hip. Hop. Hop your ass up. But somehow, for the people that have been historically shit on in this country, I gotta root for us. Even if I know rooting for us, when it's to become part of this system, is insanity. And that's the part a lot of my black intellectuals don't want to admit, because they got to have jobs too. They got to have a place to work. But I'm sure a lot of them have felt it. And I'm sure a lot of them feel it. I'm sure they do. Because I ain't the only one that's figured this out. But I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how to fix it. Okay? I don't know how to fix it. I know something ain't right. Oh, I know something ain't right, Hillary. I know it ain't right. Oh, Hillary. Tell a friend about this show. It's a very rare podcast. It's a black man being free. White people, if you don't like it, just know. A lot of black people feel the way I feel. If you knew more of them, you'd probably hear more of it. If you do know some of them, and they don't talk like this, they're scared. I am not an anomaly. A lot of us feel this way. So, you're welcome. Go to timblackpause.com, timblackpause.com, become a member, follow the show. Do that. That's the next step. The next step, you say, Tim, I like the show. What do we do? Become a member of the show. That's what you do. Because sometimes they put ads on my stuff, but most of the time they don't. So become a member of the show. Go to jointimblack.com. Jointimblack.com. Become a member on Patreon. If you can't do it there, become a member on YouTube. But become a member of the show. That's the step you take. You don't just comment on YouTube, become a member of the show. It's only $5 per month. That's how we keep the show going. That's it. True talk. To those who already do that, shit. I want you to know I appreciate you. All right? I do. I appreciate the hell out of you, okay?